You wake up with your heart racing. You don't even know why, but the image comes, like a nightmare that refuses to end. The words echo in your head like torture. Every detail turns into a thorn. Your body reacts like it's still there. Even months later, your body still believes the pain. You try to think of something else, but you can't. It all comes back. The smell, the tone, the last message. It's like a loop your brain can't break. You hate yourself for still caring. You call yourself weak, stupid, needy. But the truth is this: you don't know who you are without that pain. It became what's left of you. You revisit the past like returning to a crime scene, knowing you'll get hurt, but unable to stop. You want to understand, but understanding doesn't heal. It only reopens the wound. You beg God to silence the memory, but silence is the only answer. And in the middle of the night, you wonder, did he forget me too? God hasn't forgotten you, but maybe he's waiting for you to get tired of reliving the hell he already tried to pull you out of. And when the last thought repeats, that's when the miracle of forgetting begins. You've tried to forget, you've prayed, cried, blamed yourself, but your mind keeps going back, and you still don't know why. Here, we talk about that, about the pain that doesn't fade, about God in the silence, and the purpose hidden in what you couldn't accept. Every story here is a wound explained, a mirror for the soul, psychology to understand what faith wants to heal, faith to transform what the mind can't release. Click the button and subscribe now, because you're not broken, you're awakening, and what God started inside you, he will finish. You swore it was love, but it was fear. Fear of being alone again. Fear of reliving the abandonment that taught you to beg for attention. You weren't in love. You just wanted someone to prove you were worth being chosen, and you called that destiny. You confused peace with predictability, presence with attachment. You accepted crumbs and called it affection. You waited for answers from someone who never listened, and you called silence a test of patience, but it was self-abandonment. You emptied yourself to fit into someone's life who never had room to love you. You reshaped yourself just to not be left. You humiliated yourself thinking that was maturity. You played savior and forgot to be whole, and when they left, you thought it was punishment, but it was liberation. The ego made you believe that if you just tried a little harder, everything would go back to normal. But what you wanted back never existed. It was just the fantasy of being enough, the illusion that the right love would erase old pain. But no one can heal what was born long before any relationship. The wound was too old for another human to fix. You didn't want love. You wanted forgiveness. From your childhood, your rejection, that look that made you feel invisible, and without realizing it, you turned the other person into a mirror for your need. That's why losing hurts so much. Because you didn't just lose someone, and yet you lost your sense of self. The mind calls it unfinished love, but it's just the same pain with a new face, the same need with another name. You repeated the story thinking it was a new beginning, but it was the same script with different actors, and the ending, always the same. God saw everything, the attempts, the hidden cries, the tired faith, but he didn't stop the loss. Because he knew that if he did, you'd never learn to choose yourself. He took away what you called love, to show you what love never was. And now, you're here, empty, but lucid, heart in ruins, but finally conscious. You see that hell wasn't rejection. It was rejecting yourself while trying to be loved. The other was only the mirror, but the reflection was you trying to return to yourself. You've reached the limit. There's nothing left to understand, no strength to try. The memories still come, but they feel distant now, like echoes from a life that no longer belongs to you. You tried therapy, prayer, distraction, but nothing quiets the noise in your head. The emptiness became routine, and God's silence, a mystery that consumes you. You've begged for answers, pleaded to understand the reason why, but the truth is, the answer never came. And deep down, you're tired of fighting what already happened. It's in that point where control dies that something shifts, not in the mind, but in the spirit. A quiet, steady, almost invisible presence. It's God, stepping into what your understanding can't reach. And then, the verse that once felt distant suddenly makes sense. Do not remember the former things, nor consider the things of old. Behold, I am doing a new thing, now it springs forth. Do you not perceive it? Isaiah 43:18-19. Because forgetting isn't denial. It's giving the new room to exist. God doesn't ask you to erase the past. He invites you to see its purpose, what you call an ending. He calls a beginning. He left the echo of the past so you'd see the strength born from pain. He let the memory live so you'd know. You didn't die, you matured. His silence was never absence. It was preparation. He went quiet so you could hear your own soul breathe again. And in that sound, that's where God speaks. He doesn't want you to go back to understand. He wants you to understand so you won't go back. Because where there's repetition, there's still attachment. And where there's surrender, the miracle begins. You don't have to erase the memory. You just have to stop using it to punish yourself. God didn't break you. He refined you. And now, when the memory returns, it doesn't hurt. It testifies. It's proof that what was once a wound is now a scar. And a scar is God's autograph saying, I was here, and now the new begins. Comment below. Now I understand why. It's your way of telling God the past has done its job. The first thing you must understand is, the memory isn't the enemy. It's a call to awareness. Every time your mind goes back, don't fight it. Observe it. Notice what it's trying to say. What part of you it's showing is still hurt. And instead of guilt, listen with compassion. Carl Jung said, what isn't made conscious repeats his fate. That's why the first step is to stop running from your thoughts. When they come, take a deep breath and say, I see you, but I'm not you anymore. That simple phrase gives power back to the soul. The mind loses strength when you stop fighting it. The second step is spiritual. Pray not to forget, but to understand the purpose. Tell God exactly what you feel: anger, shame, longing. He isn't offended by human emotion. He transforms it. Pray like this: Lord, I surrender what I keep repeating. Show me what my heart needs to learn from this. Then stay silent. Silence is also prayer. Healing doesn't come from forcing forgetfulness. It comes from allowing God to redefine the memory. Every time pain returns, it's an opportunity to mature another piece of your soul. God doesn't erase chapters. He writes continuation. And each time you choose to release instead of relive, you become freer. That's how trauma turns into wisdom. Slowly, the mind gets tired of fighting. It realizes it no longer has control. What used to be despair becomes understanding. You still remember, but you no longer drown in it, because the past lost its power to define you. And the future starts to become possible again. You thought healing meant forgetting, but healing means remembering without pain, looking at the same place and seeing something new, the same face, the same story, the same ending, but a new you. Now, what once hurt you is what shaped you, and what destroyed you brought you back to God. You don't think as much anymore, not because you forgot, but because you understood. The past still appears, but it doesn't scream. It's just an old picture. You look, smile, and move on. The mind tries to return, but the soul no longer answers. God healed what you tried to control, and what once was anguish has become understanding. The wound still exists, but it doesn't hurt, it teaches. You see now that nothing was wasted. Every tear had purpose. Every silence was preparation. Every ending a disguised beginning. The version of you that begged to understand is gone. In their place stands someone calm, someone who no longer seeks justice, but wisdom. Someone who finally knows peace is accepting what God explained through silence. God didn't forget you in that dark night. He was waiting for you to mature enough to see what was always his. He didn't punish you. He prepared you. And now, the memory isn't torture. It's testimony. You don't think about what went wrong anymore, because now you understand why it had to. That's where God found you, without masks. That's where your broken heart learned to listen. And today, when the thought returns, you don't panic. You just breathe and give thanks. Because the same echo that once trapped you now reminds you, you survived. And not only survived, awakened. You feared you'd never forget. But you see now, the miracle wasn't forgetting. It was remembering without drowning, realizing the pain was just the road that led you back to God. The past stays where it belongs. The new has begun inside you, and the silence, the one that once scared you, is now the sound of peace. Before you continue this journey, subscribe to Soul Logic. Here, every story reveals why you suffer and what God is trying to teach you through it. Psychology to understand yourself. Spirituality to understand why. If you made it to the end of this video, comment, "God used this pain to wake me up." Whoever writes that tells heaven, the process was worth it.